Welcome back to another episode of Reality Corp. My name is Ace Fanning, host of the Sister Wives podcast. Love should be multiplied, not divided. And this weekend, I hosted like 150 trash bags who are all Sister Wives fans, and it was a weekend to remember. And I am joined by my very beautiful co-host, technologically challenged, former Real Housewife of Miami, and she was in attendance at ChumpCon this weekend with Jeff Lewis Live. Wow, good welcome, Miss Ana Quincoces. How are you today?
Thank you so much. I thought you were going to lead with my halitosis.
No, I would like to speak about your halitosis, though, because you are saying that you have a chronic halitosis, which...
Well, it's not chronic because it's only been a few days, but I had to go to the dentist and had like a back molar removed, kind of like almost like a wisdom tooth.
Since when?
I did that on Thursday.
Okay.
And I've never had anything extracted ever. Mm-hmm. And so apparently for a few days, that hole in your tooth.
Oh, God.
You know, you get dry mouth and it generally stinks. Nobody told me about this.
So when you're at
some point
ChumpCon,
on the plane, yeah,
everyone's backing away from you.
Yeah, like I noticed. First of all, the Chumps were really nice. I was just, you know, it was nice to meet them, and they were so warm and stuff. But after they were talking to me for a while, I saw them like, you know, and I was like, I started to think it was my breath until Ken confirmed it. He was like, you know. At some point, we were like in the room, or whatever. He goes, "You need to brush your teeth." And I'm like, "I just brushed my teeth." And I realized it was that. And so...
Were you able to do anything to fix it in the moment?
No, because that was already the last night. It was all like everybody went home with this, "Oh, Anna's really nice, but she has chronic halitosis."
Okay, people are probably...
I'm sure they're talking about it.
You need to fix this.
Oh, I am. I already bought all this stuff.
No. I don't care about that. You need to fix it with the chumps. Like, they need to know, like, I don't actually have horrible, disgusting breath.
No, I don't. I normally don't. And I am usually very, you know, the Altoids queen and stuff. But this is not an Altoid solution. This is much more like comes in from somewhere else. So mouth probiotic. I have bought everything you can imagine. Yeah. And... But even right now, like I'm going to throw this microphone away afterwards.
Wow. Can you smell it yourself?
I know. Oh, yeah.
You normally can't
smell it. I taste it.
That has to be, okay. I was like, that has to be really bad if you smell it. Because I feel like they say you can't normally smell your own breath. Oh,
yeah,
God.
It's not, when I smell it like that, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not. But I know it is.
There's the worst thing in the world... breath-wise is pretty bad fucking breath. Like, to not be still means your breath reeks.
Yeah, it reeks. It reeks. What am I going to do? Lie about it? No, it's the truth. This happened.
Yikes. I feel so bad for you. And now everyone who's at ChumpCon is like, oh, God, she's gross.
Maybe. I thought they were nice, and I thought maybe one or two of them may have had their own run-in with halitosis at some point in their life. Not at that moment. I didn't smell it on anybody because, of course, you know, I'm shocked.
No, I think that when you interact with somebody and their breath smells, you just think that's their breath all. I don't think anyone in their mind is like, oh, do you think she recently had dental work? I think everyone thinks no, Yeah, and I think they were probably like, oh, imagine what Ken's dick smells like, you know? Ugh,
right.
Disgusting.
Right.
No.
Well, I have to say that. I'm not going to say that because he's going to get so mad. Okay, I'm going to say it. So when he told me you should go brush your teeth, it was right after, you know, he got a little, you know.
Yeah, so he could smell his dick. And he was like, oh,
right. God. So maybe it was his dick.
Wow, Vegas brought out the sexy in you. Wow, she's getting feisty in Vegas. Oh, yeah. Wow. You get a little drunk and you start giving blowjobs?
Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely had a lot of tequila. Oh my God, karaoke. I sang like...
What did you sing?
I'm such a bad singer. Okay, just so textbook Miami Cuban. I Will Survive.
Oh, okay.
But then I sang Dilemma.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then...
Nelly and Kelly Rowland Dilemma?
Yeah, I did. Okay. I did Kelly Rowland, and then...
Did somebody sing Nelly?
Yeah.
Who?
And James Kennedy, maybe? There's a lot of people.
DJ James Kennedy.
No, not James Kennedy. Jamie Kennedy.
Oh, there's a
Jamie
big
Kennedy,
difference
the
between
comedian.
those two people.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
but he's funny as hell, let me tell you.
Yes.
And what else? And then Carney Wilson sang her song, which was really cool.
Okay, that's exciting.
Yeah, that was exciting.
Here's
was
the thing,
really
though, about
fun.
karaoke is we had thought about doing karaoke this weekend at our Trash Bag family reunion, and it's like, but I don't want people who are good singers to do karaoke.
Oh, no, nobody was a good singer.
Well, I would hope that Carney was good.
Well, no, Carney was the only thing, but that was like a treat. Patrick
Okay.
and Paul singing It's Raining Men.
Oh, God.
It left a scar in
Yeah.
my psyche that
Yeah.
I'll never recover from.
I would imagine so. That seems like a.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
think of like Patrick and Paul, like,
Oh,
it's
wait till I show-
raining man. Hallelujah.
Wait till I show you.
Oh, God. Wow.
Wait till I show you the outfits at the pool party.
Overall, how did you feel about ChumpCon?
I really had the best time. Next year, you can't do your trash bag reunion on the same weekend because you have to go. I think.
Right.
I
I
heard
agree.
that it might be in Atlantic City. I don't know. Don't quote me. I thought,
The fuck?
You know, they're
what's in
sup-
Atlantic
the-
City?
well, you know what it is that going all West Coast, it's expensive.
Yeah.
The show up was great. I got to talk about Jeff's new boyfriend, Ty.
Oh, I saw
my
I saw some
God.
pictures of that tall drink of water.
Wow. He's not just a total Adonis. He's like cool, down to earth, grounded.
Is
He
an
had more
Adonis
fun-
the thing that's half horse, half person?
No, an Adonis is just like a very handsome man.
What's the thing
He
that's
is-
half a horse, half a person?
A centaur.
Close enough.
The way one of the most heartwarming things for me was how he looked at Jeff on stage when they had the big event. It's just like Jeff hung the moon,
Okay.
I've always I'm very like loyal, like you're a big Jeff fan and loyal to Jeff, and I don't want anybody like to hurt. This guy is obsessed with him. There was talk of him moving to LA.
Okay. Because he's in
which
Dallas,
is big.
right?
He's in Dallas. And
Okay.
then the other one that is adorable is, Jameson is so talented. He put on a great show singing like a medley. And then his boyfriend, who he calls Frank, that's not his real name. I know his
Yes.
real name now, but
Also, I've
also-
been under the impression that's his real name this whole
No.
time. Oh.
that's not his name. So, just great. Everybody, Doug did a great job. Everybody. It was just such a blast. They
Okay,
did
of the chumps who were there, who did you not like? There had to have been someone who rubbed you the wrong way.
No. No, everybody was so nice. Everybody.
Okay.
Everybody there showed up and did their job, I'll tell you a little bit of gossip that I found out. I don't know if you
yes,
know
please.
this, but MJ was excluded when she complained. He paid them each $10,000
Holy shit.
for one weekend. Paid their way there and paid for their room.
Wow.
Okay. And whatever, I'm sure food, incidentals, whatever. MJ said that wasn't enough money and that she required security around
Oh my
her
God.
at all times.
Stop.
And so he excluded her.
MJ, you haven't been on TV for quite a minute, all right?
Yeah.
Shaws of Sunset was canceled. You guys, like your podcast
Apparently
with
it's
your
coming
husband-
back. Something's coming back.
Well, it's
But-
a spin-off of it, but still,
Right,
like right now, any work coming your way, you should be happy about. So he
That's-
kicked her out.
He said, she's not coming. And then Reza, during the actual show, read a text message from her because she was having major FOMO. And she said, you're at a pool party, but I'm at Coachella. But I don't think anybody paid her 10 grand for being there.
No, and also, you're too old to be at Coachella.
I was just going to say that. But,
why
I've been
anyone over the age of like 23 would want to be at Coachella, I don't understand.
Shoot me. Yeah, me neither.
I would. You're waking up the next day. You have so many boogers in your nose from all the dirt. Like I don't want to do that. I'm not a part of
I
that
honestly
lifestyle.
don't think she even wanted to be there.
Yeah.
I think she probably went just to say, I'm doing something more. But I can tell you that at first, a lot of people were saying, oh, nobody's going to. No, the turnout was impressive. Michael Beck did a great job considering they started this in late January.
Wow.
And I think next year is going to be fantastic.
Even
it was
bigger.
just so much fun. They party hard.
Oh, well, yeah, they do. Ugh,
Yeah,
I could
they
never.
party
I'd
hard.
never make it.
Yeah.
It'd be
No,
awful.
I barely, but I had fun. I had a lot of fun.
Good.
Despite my halitosis. Tell me about your event, because
Okay,
some
so
of the
this
stuff
weekend we had trash bags come to Flagstaff, Arizona, which is where the Sister Wives were living, and there's only Cody and Robin there now. People came from Australia, Switzerland, Canada to come to fucking Flagstaff, of all places. And
No.
it was the most fun weekend ever, and I'm not even bullshitting you. Like, there was nobody that I interacted with there that I didn't like, and there was like 150 people there, and so
You had like buses, Ace.
we had to do 3 charter buses. We did a tour of all the huge monuments in Flagstaff, which like was an Arby's, which is just an inside joke on the podcast, was a Kohl's. But we went by Janelle's apartment where her and Cody had that huge fight. We went by
Right.
Christine's old house. We ended the tour at Coyote Pass, where we all collected some dirt from Coyote Pass in a jar that we could take home.
Did you provide the jars?
Yes. And on the top, we put a sticker on it that said, "A piece of my heart is at Coyote Pass."
Oh my God, I love it so much.
We also, during this was wild. We're going through, because we went to Robin's first rental house in Flagstaff, and then we went to Janelle's rental house in Flagstaff, and we see a man on his roof, butt naked. He's trimming his trees. An old man, completely butt naked on his roof.
You were like, cue the old naked man.
Oh my God. I was like, I couldn't have written this better myself.
Right.
Now, unfortunately, when we were at Coyote Pass, we did get the police called on us. Somebody called the police.
Okay, that's fine.
But they didn't come. So that was good. We had our bus driver was this woman named Tracy, who was the funniest fucking person I've ever met. And I think at first she was like, I have no idea what this group is or what the fuck they're doing. But by the end, she was a full-blown trash bag. Oh my God. She told us that she had probably the smoothest pussy on the bus. Which I was like, oh, wow, Tracy.
So not full bush?
No, she said her husband likes it like that. I got flashed during the tour by another trash bag.
Awesome.
And I don't think she remembered that part of the trip, but it was fun for me. We had a Janelle party where everyone dressed like Janelle, which was so much fun.
Going next year. There's no way.
It was
I'm never missing that.
such a good fucking time. And we did a live show, and you know what? So the live, trash bags love to do costumes. That's just kind of who we are.
Right,
we love to do a
right.
costume. And I was, for the live show, I was Cody Brown for part of it, but for the other part, I was. So growing up, I used to fuck the family couch. Like, it's a joke on the pod.
Right.
It's not.
Right.
Well, it's real, but it's.
Yeah, we've talked about it.
Yeah, so I dressed up as the couch. I was the couch, and there was cum stains all over and stuff.
Nice. What color was the couch? Like a brown suede?
Okay, yeah, so ours was brown, but it was not suede. It wasn't, I was getting rug burn every single time. It wasn't
nice.
good.
It was
but
like a little canvasy, right?
yeah, it wasn't the best
No,
choice.
so the stains were really deep set.
Yeah, but thankfully
Like
it was
a black
darker.
light would be like,
Oh, black light would not.
CSI.
Room raiders would hate to see my
Yeah,
jizz
yeah,
coming.
yeah.
Because that would not have gone over well. But it really was such a good weekend, and it's just nice to be around other people who are as fucking weird as you are. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
you
it's
know,
like
I have to say, I've gotten a few DMs from some of your trash bags that I had not seen because, they go into like your general
yes,
whatever.
and then there's
the other day I
hidden,
was
and now
looking-
there's story replies, and it's all over the place.
They're so nice.
They're very
They're
nice.
so cool. They are so nice and loyal to you.
They're the
It's really
best.
amazing. Ken met one of your trash bags at ChumpCon because she's both a Jeff, a chump.
She's
And a
bisexual.
trash bag. Yes, she's bisexual, and she promised her friend for her birthday that she would go to ChumpCon, which is why she wasn't at the trash bag reunion. But she was just because he didn't know what he had gone into going to ChumpCon.
Yeah.
And he's heard more about trash bags because I've talked about it so much. So it was like he just got such an education, about the whole thing. Yeah, it was really
what a good
funny.
time. So, I mean, it's just, it's crazy because normally, you're around that many people, you're going to hate people. But I really didn't hate anybody.
So if you had 3 buses, did you change from bus to bus, or did you and Caitlin split up?
No,
or?
so I did it for 5.5 hours, the same tour. So I did one bus, and then we did a second bus, and then we did a third bus.
Oh, okay. So not at the same time. You had you had staggered start times.
Yes. And so for 5.5 hours, I was just a little jokester up on the bus with my microphone.
And so did you have, like, everybody stayed at the same hotel, or you
So
got, like,
it's this
rates?
place. It's called Village Camp, and it's like tiny little cabins. And so everyone rented their own cabins, but like we're all like very close together and stuff like that. It was so fun. I was nervous about it, but it really was such a good fucking time. And just to be able to drive by like Christine's old house and everyone be like, ooh, is so fun, because it's just like, why do we fucking care? This is so stupid.
But I care too. Like,
this
I would
family
love to
is
see it.
so incredibly stupid, and yet we're all so excited to be there. We're excited to go see a giant patch of dirt that is Coyote Pass, and there's nothing on it. There's nothing like that. And we're all like, oh my God, this is
Did you
Coyote
go see
Pass.
that thing? The one where you go and like leave something and all that?
No,
Remember?
that's like 2 hours away.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Our trip, each tour was about an hour and a half already, so we weren't gonna,
And what did you guys do for food?
We
ate
had
together or no?
so we had Salsa Brava at the live show. They catered because Salsa Brava is where they
nice.
went, and they always broke up.
Did you have hot chocolate and burritos anywhere?
No, we didn't do any hot chocolate because I didn't want people shitting their pants. That would have been a little tough.
Yeah, that would have been gross. That would have been worse than my halitosis.
We had for the Janelle party, we wanted to do salsa or fat olives, but they couldn't make it work with us, so we had to go with oreganos, which is Italian food, and it's like, honestly, in the trash bag fashion, it's like, it's close enough. We're a very lazy group of people.
Yeah, easy going. Yeah.
Yes, I brought Cody's Lexus, and
I saw that.
Tons of people were getting their pictures with the Lexus.
Of course.
I walked away with maybe like 200 friendship bracelets. It was. And let me say this is kind of cool, and this is a little bit sappy, but like I feel like growing up, like, I never really fit in. I didn't have a lot of friends, and I feel like a lot of trash bags felt that same way. And so afterwards, I'm seeing this post from people, and they're like, this felt like the first time like I really fit in. They're like, this felt like my college experience I didn't get. This felt like the camp experience I never got. And I was like, what a good fucking week. And like, so many people came and they didn't know anybody going into it, and they all
became friends.
Yes, yeah. And nobody like ever, at least as far as I know, felt excluded. Like, it was, people were so good about being like, hey, come sit with us and shit like that. So it was a good time.
And also, they had access to you, which is so nice, It
was so much fun.
Yeah.
So
that's great. Well,
it was
I'm
a
so
great
happy.
fucking weekend. Listen, I'm glad that chumps were celebrating. I'm glad that trash bags were celebrating. It was just, overall a very good weekend for both of us. That's Are you
awesome.
tired?
You guys must be excited. Yeah, I'm super tired. I thought neither one of us would make it this morning. Yesterday on the plane, I was like sending, and I was like, okay, we'll make it happen. And of course, I couldn't fall asleep because, like, when I have like a big weekend or something, I tend to get depressed afterwards immediately.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The coming down from it is harsh. And
Did I explain that to you before? What happens?
I thought, well, I don't know what happens, but Beva's the one that noticed that it happens to me.
Yes. So
but
my doctor explained it to me, or my psychiatrist explained it to me one time, or maybe it was a therapist. I have no idea who explained it. But basically what happens is when we have something big, whether it's exciting or nervous or whatever, our body starts to like ramp up, like adrenaline wise and stuff like that. And then our bodies, like mine and yours, this isn't everybody, what will happen is it tries to go back to normal, and it overcorrects, shooting us into depression. So there's been times like I've had huge things happen that like I was really nervous about, I was really excited, and then it ends, and I'm literally sitting in the airport suicidal. Like it's crazy how our brains work. And it's like I thankfully now I know that can be coming, so it's not as scary. But like I'm like, why? Like, what is wrong? Like, I don't even know, and I'm just like crying in an airport, like, oh my God. And
Yeah,
so,
I'm aware of it too. Because Beba told me, and she was like, it's so funny that she noticed it years ago. But
Yeah.
I knew that it could happen. But, when it's happening, I know what it is and I know that it'll pass. But I thought that it was kind of like you get this great serotonin boost and then it goes down or something. I don't know.
Our bodies just don't know how to regulate. We're idiots,
Right.
Not everybody is as dumb as we are, but unfortunately we are.
And there are normal people, but how boring are they?
Oh, my wife is normal,
Yeah. See, Ken is so fucking sane and normal. Thank
God.
God, though. Thank
Right.
God.
Thank God
You have
for
to be
that.
grateful, but wow. Level all the time.
Hey, I want to talk to you about something because this has been consuming my mind lately, and that is Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Guys, Garcelle is fucking done. She doesn't
done.
even hate these women. She is completely indifferent to them. I feel like she
Yes.
was like, I have finished my job. I will never see these people again. She
Stick
has
a fork in
moved-
me, I'm done.
She has zero interest in these women whatsoever.
I kind of get it, which obviously I don't do that because I like to talk about. I can't wait till Miami starts. We're gonna do freaking recaps.
Oh,
but,
hell yeah.
Yeah, but I get it. I think that I don't know. She was too big to be on that show to begin with. I think she had her own stuff. She's her own producer. Like when you're
She didn't
when you
get stuff, I feel like, really until Real Housewives.
she had already been on some in big movies.
Well, yeah,
She
but
had.
that was a long time ago. I feel like it'd been.
Well, I know.
But here's
But
the thing: is
Not everybody gets that.
You watch her during the reunion, and she's just so she doesn't give a shit about and again, she doesn't even hate these women. She does not care. She
she
would
doesn't care
not
anymore.
piss on these women if they were on fire. Even Sutton, I feel like she's even you're
No,
fucking
even Sutton.
annoying.
But she felt Sutton let her down. And Kyle says she's never returned a text message.
Yeah. Which I always wonder, is Kyle telling the truth? Kyle kind of reminds me of those people who are like, oh my God, no, I did everything and they ignored me.
I think Kyle, I think in this case, she's telling the truth because
Okay.
I think, it's consistent with what you're saying that she doesn't care anymore.
I really feel like she will. Honestly, I feel like she probably deleted everyone's contact out of her phone. She left every group chat. She's just I don't give a fuck about these women.
But I think that's a healthy thing. I know that sounds, but it is. If something has affected you in a way that is not healthy and it's an energy drain or whatever, cut it off so you can focus on the things that make you feel good.
I know it's just crazy though how she especially during the reunion, she's sitting there and I just feel like she cannot be bothered. She does
right.
not.
And maybe that'll change. I can tell you that after I went back last season for that, and it was such a, whatever. It was just not what I expected, and it was so hard on me. It was really hard.
You know
hard
what?
on
It's
me to see
because
something. Yeah.
I feel like that's because it's you go back to the high school reunion and you're like,
Yeah.
oh wait, all these people are still friends, but I went a different direction in life and I thought we were going to pick up where we left off and it's just not the same.
And for me, it's now I feel look, it was part of my experience, the good, the bad, the ugly. It's something interesting to talk about. I find it fun. And I think these shows are a huge part of what our generation, my generation, although they're different, it's a big part of it. And so, I like it. I like talking about it.
I love talking about it, but okay. Gibbs, he was on our Gibson was on our podcast, and I was watching his stories recently, and he on his podcast was talking about how Gen Z is killing reality TV.
Yes.
And I fucking hate those little Gen Zers for trying to
Gen
fuck
Zs
with
are killing everything.
Well, I'm just
I'm sorry.
What
but
do you
they
mean?
are.
Why does Gen Z not like people fighting on TV? And Gen Z also is so self-producing that they don't buy into reality TV, and it's
they're like hipsters on
hate
steroids. They're very zen. They don't believe in things that are whatever. They're the same ones that really are into, millennials as well, but the gentle parenting and the this, and let's be kind to one another. And they don't really know the mechanisms with which these things work. You know what I mean? But like, just don't, let's just chill. Let's thrift all our clothes, which is fine. By the way, I think that all those things, I think there's some aspects of them that are great.
I think there's so many things that are great about them, but if you're going to get rid of reality TV, then you're fucking done. I don't care. I don't care if you're nice people. I don't
Right, but what happens with reality TV? We mock people. People go on TV to be mocked.
That's what's beautiful.
To be parodied. Yes. And some of them are laughing all the way to the bank, and I admire that.
Yeah.
Good for you for having that. You know what I mean? Like taking that and turning it into a positive. But they don't want anything to do with that because we can't talk about people's appearances. We can't talk about this. We can't talk about people's age. We can't talk about anything. So it's just really very sensitive. And that's why, that's another reason. That's another, I think, big, I know I'm comparing you to Jeff Lewis, but your fans and his fans, I love people that aren't sensitive, that are almost impossible to insult.
Right, but I will say this, because I'm an absolute hypocrite. I want to be approached only
I'm talking about your fans, not you.
Yeah, I want to be only. Yeah, absolutely. I want people to treat me like Gen Z people treat people, but everyone else is fine.
Yeah. You want to be treated with kid gloves, but I'm not. I don't care what anybody tells me. Like if people reach out now and they go, "Thank God you realized about the halitosis. I almost passed out." I'd be like, "I'm sorry," Like
I hope they do. I hope they reach out and say that to you.
You will be the first to know.
Thank God.
You will be the first to know.
I'm stressed.
So can we talk about the Bethenny thing? I don't know why
you've you've popped up in a lot of places. And it's been exciting to watch. Now, has Bethenny reached out to you at all?
No, but the funny thing is that Bethenny, 10 days after this happened, okay? So, first of all...
Well, tell people what happened.
Okay, so this is what happened. First of all, I don't know Gia. I don't know Teresa. And, I've talked to Teresa briefly, but I don't really know her.
Right.
We're on the same network. We have never not talked about something regarding Teresa because she's on the same network. We're kind of equal opportunity, trash everybody if they're
We hate
trashable.
everybody.
Yeah. And so there was something about it when I read it that it incensed me, because...
So for people who don't know, Bethenny came for Gia after Gia went and defended Teresa and this.
No, it was actually not even like that. Let me actually tell you.
Okay.
Bethenny did like 6 TikToks, okay, about the situation with the tax liens and everything else, giving her unsolicited opinion like she does about chicken salad and everything else.
Yes.
And she got millions and millions and millions of views, okay? So Gia responded to that by saying, I hope, enjoy those $1,000 you made, off my family's whatever. And she defended her mother.
Right.
And so I was really, really, it just bothered me that people would attack somebody that's 24. Let me tell you, when I was 24, I was 100% a woman, an adult. I'm the daughter of immigrants. You know what I mean? I already had a child at that age.
When I was 24, I was about 15.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Okay, when my daughters were 24, they were about 15. So imagine her. That is not an adult woman. Really, it isn't. Technically, yes, but really, practically, no. And also, just like my kids would defend me and help me bury a body, I would defend them. And it's just what family does. And I feel Bethenny is lacking that in her life because
Bethenny's never had anybody, I feel like, give her, what is it? Unconditional love. And that's so sad. No, it really is. Sad.
She had a bad relationship with her mother. She doesn't have a partner. And I thought, I don't know. I just expressed my opinion. Then OK Magazine wanted a comment and all this stuff. I didn't call anybody for that. And so I just shared that. But the funny thing is that now, over 10 days later, she is claiming that she never said those words. Oh. That they were AI generated.
Oh, my God.
Okay. So I want to get this straight. Like, 10 days, countless headlines, countless bloggers, countless magazine articles, and now you're saying that it was AI generated? Like, what did PR give you that? Because you would.
They came directly from her own TikTok.
Right. And so I don't know. Listen, this is another thing that's going to be happening soon. Everybody's going to be blaming everything on AI.
Well, like, just so people know, if we say anything bad, it was AI. This whole show's AI. We don't actually say anything.
I don't know what took so long for her to say it. If, in fact, she didn't say that, I apologize.
Don't even give that to her. Don't even give that to her.
I'm not going to give that to her because the thing is, we know who she is. When she was done with that, she was already on to talking about Scary Island. I don't know if you've seen this. She's talking about Scary Island and saying there's all this footage that the network would be sued if it was discovered. And it's like, just shut up. Just go, scoop a bagel and fill it with cottage cheese.
Seriously.
And right.
Leave us alone.
Yeah, leave us alone and leave Gia alone, quite frankly.
Leave Bravo alone.
Yeah. Bravo wants nothing to do with you anymore.
Speaking of Gia, this new Next Generation show, or whatever the fuck it's called on Bravo, it looks absolutely terrible. I can't wait to watch it.
Well, that's your vibe right there. The show is really bad.
Oh, the trailer looks like so terrible. We've got Brooks Marks, and he's like, hey, being in New York, like my mom is. And then we've got Candy's daughter, who is, what's her name? Riley. She's just as boring as Candy during all of this. Like, she just kind of looks around and, like, I feel like she doesn't know what's happening.
Like, where am I?
We have Gia, who's the exact opposite of Teresa. She's like, this is stupid. Like, I don't even care. Like, it looks so terrible. I'm so excited to watch it.
I haven't seen it. I want to look at it. I want to see that. I mean, look, those are Gen Zers.
Yeah.
So.
Also, I want to point this out because I keep seeing more and more and more people corroborate. Is that how you say it?
Corroborate.
I see people corroborating this Real Housewives of Chicago business. More people are like, I know someone who's filming for it. I know someone who's someone who knows someone who's filming for it. I take care of someone's dog who is filming for it. Like, it is coming. And it's coming. I said it forever ago.
And it's going to be at the upfronts. We're going to find out, I think, in May.
I said it I remember when I first said it, I said it, I think, when we actually were doing our other show.
Yeah. You said it a long time ago.
And then I said it again when we had Kate Casey on. And so I've been saying it. And when it comes to fruition...
And you said it with Brian Moylan, too. You've said it with a lot of people. Yeah, like, in fact, you don't shut up about it. I want people to be like, because I went to Chicago one time. And I live for Chicago. I will live and die for Chicago. Not during the winter, though. Just during the pretty seasons. Because I'm writing a murder mystery book kind of situation, and I even said it in Chicago because I was like, I love Chicago. I'm a diehard Chicago fan. So the murder mystery, is there like I don't know. Give me just a little snippet of the...
It's fiction, and it's about a woman who has a podcast where she goes and she tells stories of people that like went missing that normally like police don't, or media doesn't give a lot of attention to. No, well, kind of, but it's yeah.
Yeah, like people that are forgotten, like it's just not interesting.
Well, more so like demographics that like don't get the attention that the media would normally give them. But her show has like blown up and it's gotten so big, and now the advertisers and stuff are pushing her to like take on these other stories. So she gets this story from this woman in Chicago who's like a rich white woman, and it's all about solving that and stuff. But also the reason she started the podcast is because when she was little, her sister went missing. And this was a big tie-in for me. It was during JonBenet Ramsey.
Couch.
She did not fuck her. It was during the same time as JonBenet Ramsey, and so all the media attention went to JonBenet Ramsey, and her sister didn't get any coverage, and then it kind of just fell silent, and then that's why she made this podcast.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's all based in Chicago.
That's awesome.
Very excited.
I think anything true crime is so fun. But you know what I realized yesterday? That I'm really obsessed with true crime that has to do with cannibalism.
Oh, I don't usually get into cannibalism, but where's that coming from?
The psychology of it is so interesting, it's just there's whole, I don't know, but I really think that my next true crime thing, there's just so many interesting cases and things that run in families. I found this case where there were brothers and they were both cannibalistic serial killers and they didn't even talk to each other and they lived on opposite sides of the country.
Were they like adopted out?
No.
Oh,
no.
okay.
No.
Imagine that. Imagine like you have two twin boys, they're adopted out. They never once knew they were a twin, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And they both grew up to be serial killers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then one day they are both at the same place going to kill the same person and they meet and they're like, who are you? And he's like, who are you?
And then it's like looking in the mirror.
Yes.
You're
and
talking
then
identical.
They're having like a schizophrenic break and they're like, oh my God, what is going on? And then they reunite and they become best friends. They go and they do like karaoke together and they find out they've done the same karaoke song forever. Like, wow. There's my second book.
There's your
right
second
there.
novel.
Yeah.
Wow. Will you use a pen name or will you go by Ace Fanning?
I'm going to go by Ace Fanning because I want all the
attention.
attention.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's kind of just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. But you know what? Here's the thing. We have a very special guest joining us this week. DJ Richie Sky is back and better than ever. Mm-hmm. I'm really excited to have him. I fell in love with DJ Richie Sky when he was here. Was it the Grammys that we did?
No, it was Golden Globes, wasn't it?
Okay.
I think it was Golden Globes.
Yes. But he's back this week on Thursday. Very excited about that. Otherwise, guys, we'll see you then. Anna, thank you so much for all that you do for this beautiful community and these beautiful trash bags. Somebody asked me this weekend.
I was going to ask you, did anybody ask you about me?
Oh, yeah, they did.
Really?
They go, they were like, would Anna come to this? And I was like,
100%.
she wanted to, but it was the same weekend as ChumpCon, and she's gonna go where the cameras are, and that's okay.
No, I had just committed. I already had my tickets, and you didn't tell me. I really would have gone.
But people were like, they're like, what is your guys' relationship like? And I go, what's so funny is I'm like, she is actually an extremely caring person. And like, she actually asked me like how I'm feeling, how I'm doing. And like, she follows up and is like, are you feeling any better? And stuff like that. And I was like, she really is. I mean, she might be old as fuck and technologically challenged, but she really is such a nice person.
I am a nice person. Well, when I care about somebody, I care about something. Somebody. You know what I mean? I like when I love hard and I care and I don't forget and I worry, and that's mother. I like Cuban mother for you.
Oh, I need a Cuban mother.
You kind of have one.
That's right. And I'm very grateful for that. So thank you guys so much for joining us at Reality Court. We'll see you Thursday with DJ Richie Sky. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Cam. Thank you, Pat, I guess. Thank you, Hurrdat. Thank you, Hurrdat social media team, who I think maybe hated us for a little bit, but they like us again now.
Oh my God, and we're so happy.
We're so happy. We love them more than anything in the whole world. And as always, thank you, Beyonce. Court is officially adjourned. Goodbye.
Bye.